All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the launch of our convention registration process. It's taken some time to get to you, and we are excited that this moment is here. We know you are excited because you demonstrated we call it the slight anxiety about the convention in the way you booked your hotel rooms. So that it is that same level of excitement you have to want to register for the convention. Now, it's taken us some time to roll this out, not because we did not have the form set up from last year and ready to go, but because we wanted to take the game up a little bit. Now, when we took over as a team, one of the key things that you charged us with, that you heard as a message and entrusted the union to us, was chapter empowerment.
Correct.
It said we as a union exist because of chapter. That it is that symbiotic effect. There is the union because the chapter exists because there is a union. So it really is that powerful bond that needs to be celebrated. And so what we've been trying to do is work out a process that truly empowers chapters and truly celebrate the membership at the level of the chapters, because without that level of activities or active participation at the level of chapters, we cannot even organize a convention. A special shout out to New Jersey and all the members there who are not sleeping.
Woo!
Since the last convention, they've been working just to get the hotel, and then they're working to prepare so they can have a fantastic time. Members make things happen.
Right.
Members are therefore a priority when it comes to the convention registration, and we're going to be showing you how we've gone about achieving that objective in just a moment. But first, to the lady of the hour, the person in charge of coordinating all of this, our Chief Operations Officer, my very good friend, Jill. How are you doing, my dear?
I'm doing very well, Mr. EVP. I'm so happy to be on here today to kind of talk about this whole process that has, taken us a little while to get here, but I'm so glad that we're at least getting stuff done and that we're on the right track to having an amazing convention come July.
Absolutely. I'm sure everybody is wondering, especially those who don't always know what is going on. What's been happening? Is there an NCC? What has the NCC been up to?
Sure.
Jill, can you give us a little bit about that?
So, of course, the NCC has been working. A lot of the things that are going on right now with empowering the chapters has been a focal point of our NCC meetings. There was that charge. How do we ensure that members who are registering for the convention are actually members that are recognized within the chapters? And over time during our meetings, this topic kept coming up over and over again. And I'm so happy that one of the suggestions that was brought up from the NCC took us some time to regulate, and that's why we're here today, to be able to empower the chapters to ensure that members who register for our convention are active and participated in their chapters and recognized by their chapters.
Fantastic. And you hit on a very powerful point, right? The idea of the NCC coming up with ideas and us listening and them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's very important. One of the questions that some people who really probably don't care about the idea of chapter empowerment, we were like, why do you have to become a member of the chapter? And I was trying to explain that. But the other thing is the idea that we are having a convention. This is not a gala. This is a convention. Right?
And convention is from members. It is for members, by members, for members.
Absolutely. Anyone who is doubting that, you only need to go and Google what is the difference between a conference and
a convention.
And you will get that
Absolutely.
we try to live up to what it is meant to be. And our bylaws also has something to say about that, right? The bylaw says when you pay the membership due, you remember that the bylaw also says that BFU-USA is made up of its
chapters.
So we are making our bylaws work for us in what we've been trying to achieve with the technological updates to our
Absolutely. That's not
what you've been doing, right?
I want to
a lot that has been happening
you.
in the background.
Yeah, so of course, like we talked, we already have a hotel thanks to New Jersey. That took a little bit of time to get going, but we were able to secure a space that would be available for us. And the way we booked those rooms up shows the enthusiasm that we have for this convention. It's going to be hot. And so we have a theme. I want to give a special shout out to all the members who took their time to submit a theme for our convention. Our theme, like I had announced, was centered around culture and inclusivity and all of that in our culture. And we had amazing feedback from members. Of course, I'm going to be biased here, and I'm going to give a special shout out to DC, who gave so many suggestions and participated fully in the theme. The final theme that we came up with was enhancing and sustaining our cultural values in times of crisis. I think this is important because we're not neglecting the fact that we still have a crisis going on right now in our area, in our villages, in our division. We're still suffering the effects of that, and it's important that while looking at our culture, how do we sustain it given the fact that we still have the crises going on? How do we maintain what we already have, given the difficulties that we may have, especially back home? And even here, it translates. So I think this was very embodying and all-rounded, and that's why we came up with this theme. We've had a logo, thanks to New Jersey, and we've had some flyers out right now, which I am very happy to say that we will be putting out. And we'll also be putting out some information about registration, and we're here to talk about registration for the convention. Now, historically, it's been a little bit haphazard, but just like everyone, the union charged us, the executive, to come up with a plan to make it work for us. And this is a future moving plan. This is something that we want to be sustaining over the years to come. And so we're going to do things a little bit differently. We have technology. Let's let it work for us. There was in the past, we've done a lot of manual stuff. Not to say that there won't be any manual things, but we're encouraging our members to let's use the technology that we pay for to work for us. And so our registration will be 100% online. Not to say that there will not be any, people that would require assistance here and there. Of course, we're very available and ready to assist where needed. But it's going to require from this convention moving forward to next conventions, all registration would be done online. And you will require to provide an email address. That is what you would need for the system to recognize that, one, you have an account in the BFU online system, and that, two, you are recognized by a chapter, because that will already be built into the system. And so it's very important that when chapter presidents ask you for your email addresses, we're not using that to maybe scam you. We're using that to ensure that we input you into the system so that when you go to register, the system recognizes you and then allows you to register for the convention. And this is what is going to be required for every convention moving forward from this one.
Excellent, well put. And you mentioned the ID, those requirements, and they are critically important because we as a union have to keep moving forward. We want to also give a special shout out to the chapter presidents who've been working hard to try to convince their members to give their information. Truly, for those who did not provide that information, the chapter presidents, we are going to be providing you with a link. That you create your account within our CRM by yourself. You don't want to hide your email. If you only get provided an email, you will still, when you log in, and we'll be taking you through that process in just a moment, provide that information. So if you did not provide your information to your chapter president and you are duly registered and a member of that chapter, your chapter president will provide a link to you only to those who have
paid membership to the chapter.
Good standing. Now you can go on our website and
pay your membership.
A membership, but that does not, and even pick a chapter. That does not automatically qualify you as a member of that chapter. It will show to us that you are a prospect until a chapter president
approves
that you truly belong to that chapter. You don't belong to that chapter.
Correct.
What that does is two things. First, yes, you do need to register and standing. But second thing is that when you don't become a member of a chapter, it means that you are in good standing at the chapter level, doing everything that the members of that chapter are doing. On whatever it is that they do, that make the members, get together and truly loved and feel united, right? You don't have to live in the same area.
No.
An active member of a chapter, if you are willing and ready to do so, and the chapter presidents are in charge of providing this information for us to update.
And I think this is a very big piece, Shaintung, when it comes to empowering the chapters, because we had such an issue last year. I think that this is going to eliminate a lot of that questioning, a lot of the who are all these ghost members that belong to me that I don't know. I think that this is very important, and also, and it creates an avenue for conversation, right? If there were any misunderstandings or whatever that it may have been, and things get sorted out, and we all become that one family union that we say we are, So I think this is really great.
Absolutely. I love where we are. I think this has been fantastic. Kudos to you, Madam Chief Operations Officer, for taking the charge in what I'm calling our continuous digital transformation, right?
Yes.
A special shout out to Kishi, to Shang, who has been right from the outset talking about for a transformational BFU-USA that leverages the information technology, right? A special shout out to all our IT leads, right? That have come, that's been part of this process, right? And of who took over from Key? Do you remember?
I don't know if it was Ayanka.
I think it was Ayang. Yes, Ayang and Ben.
And Ben.
That have worked in the IT to they've been moving us forward, right? Since the time
Absolutely.
of Team Power of One. That everything we are building on that, right? Up to what Kasim did last year, we are building on everything that has been done. Yes. So this is basically adding a layer.
Yeah, and not to say technology is technology, right? 100%. We can never say technology is 100%. So of course, there may be some glitches here and there. And the only thing that we ask them when there are glitches, please be patient. They're machines and we're also human, right? So be patient with us. If you have a request or a question, give us some time to maybe research and then find an answer and provide to you. So just putting that out there, disclaimer.
Excellent. And the contact for us to handle any glitches that you may have. The first thing is you need to go back first to your chapter president. If you are not a member of a chapter in good standing, please don't reach out to us because we will send you back to your chapter president.
The chapter president, correct.
Please remember that there is no national chapter. of us in the national executive belong to chapters.
Correct.
There is not a national chapter. We don't have anything like that. We belong to chapters.
Chapters.
If you truly need to reach out to us because of something that is troubling, then the contact is info@bfuusa.org. Info@bfuusa.org. And you and I will be able to sort out whatever issues you have. And remember, the first stop is your chapter president.
Chapter president.
Absolutely. So should we take a look at how this new registration is?
I'm excited. So I'll throw a couple of scenario questions to you and then you can walk us through. Is that okay?
That's okay.
Okay. So I, Judith, I'm a chapter member of BFU, and I provided my email, registered in good standing, BFU DC chapter. Oh yay! So I have provided my registration to. I'm in good standing, and I'm registered, and I belong to DC, and I provided my email address to my president. Now I want to register for the convention. Maybe not using my email address, but you can use yours. Let's see how that works.
All right. You provided your email. You come here. You click on, register for this event. Let's imagine that you have never been in the system. You've never ever created an account. So let's see what will happen. Now, you provided an email. When you come here and provide that same email, this page is going to open. Right? That email has been added to the chapter, to the DC chapter in the system. And the system recognizes that you are a member of DC chapter and lets you.
It just wants you to fill out your information and then let you register for the convention.
So now you complete the rest of your information. I'm going to point out that you simply here, you want to choose any of these titles. That's okay. Now title holder, right? You can just, there's going to be a space for you to add your title during the registration
process.
So just take the blank, fill in this information. Remember that if you provided your information to the chapter president, it's not an assumption. We believe that you've already paid your national dues at the level of the chapter. So code will be provided to you that you will put in here. And I can say allow because if you use that code and you're not a member of the chapter, that will not even help you. So it's going to be pointing regular. So it's going to be something like this. All right, it's going to be this code 2020-23 regular registration. So it's reg, REG, right? So, and then you can continue, right? Now, does that help in terms of if you provided your email and you
and you're in good standing at the chapter level and you provided your email to the chapter president, this is what you're going to see. So what if I didn't provide, what if I didn't provide my email to my chapter president, but I am in good standing? I'm in good standing at the chapter level and I have paid my national registration. What happens at this point?
All right. Everybody gets to see this stuff on the same page, right? You come, so you're going to take, you get here. And let's now imagine that your email address is this Gmail address. So when you click to continue, because there is no record in the system for you, what you will see is an error message. And are you able to see the error message?
Yes, it says regular registration to this event is only for BFU-USA members and therefore requires you to be an active member of a BFU-USA chapter. Please contact your chapter president if you are in good standing and have completed your chapter obligations. Your chapter president will add you to the member list before you can register for the convention. Thank you for understanding.
Now, so this applies to every other person who is not a member of a chapter.
Correct.
Now, if you are a member of a chapter and exactly the scenario you provided, right? So you will have to go back to the chapter president and do what he has been asking you to do. Now,
so I think Not to cut you off, I think my question was, I'm in good standing, but I haven't provided my email to my chapter president. Then I would have to go to a different link that will allow me input my information, correct?
Yes, and that is the email. They will provide that link.
Okay.
And the chapter president will send that link to our members, right?
Correct. Yes.
Very good. So yes. So
So this point.
Let me keep answering the questions the way you ask them, and not. Don't get super excited. So truly, the chapter president will provide you with a link, and that link will simply open up a regular registration form for you.
Right.
And up there, you can say, oh, instead of me just doing regular registration, and it just becomes.
I'll be a sustainer.
And we really truly would clap and applaud that very much. That will be the next thing. The next step will be they'll provide a link that looks like let's actually do that. Let me open a new one here. So you see, it's gonna be a link that comes from one of these, and it will be it can be just one of
No,
them.
it's a flex. It's a there we go. No, not silver. Go back to continue. Scroll down.
Let's see.
Scroll down to continue.
It will be the regular membership annual. Saying,
Oh, I thought it was on the same page.
all right. Whatever the case, we are going to make sure that link is provided. For some reason, it's not letting me continue. Maybe because I'm locked in.
Yes.
But I'm going to provide that link, and the link will not give you all of these options. It will just be a
correct registration
of $50, annual registration of $50.
$50. Yes. Okay. All right. And so taking us back to this screen will appear if I come to register. I go on the website and I come to register for the convention, and I am not affiliated to any chapter, and my email address is not recognized, and I just decide to register for the convention. I click to register on the convention and I provide an email address. Then I will get this error message sending me to my chapter president. And until the chapter president clears you and approves of yourself, confirms your status and clears you to be able to register for convention, then can you be able to register for the convention.
That's correct. Another thing that is, you may also have been affiliated. Okay? You have been one ghost member. With your information in the system, that does not mean that it will let you go in. I just want to about that.
Good point.
Yes, you may already have clicked, oh, I am affiliated to DC. Let's continue to use DC, because the DC chapter president was very excited about this, because he said,
yes, absolutely.
There are only 36 of us. But last year we had like 150. There are these people who enjoy the affiliation of being part of DC chapter, but they are not members of DC chapter. They are in the system. That email will not work. The way that the email will work is if the DC chapter president has sent your email to our team, and we have added that particular individual to the DC chapter.
To the DC chapter, yes. Correct.
It will say
that makes sense.
Continue and register for the convention.
I am very excited about this. I really am, because I think I know that we will have a lot of questions, and it's going to be, it'll take some training and some repetition, which is normal. It's the normal learning curve, but I'm really excited about this system. So I know that scenario. I have family coming to visit me from Germany, and they are truly excited in taking part in the convention. How do I go about registering them for the convention?
So in that case, are you asking as a member of a chapter?
Good question. I am asking one as a member of a chapter.
Yes, active member of a chapter. Very important. Now, the privilege that you enjoy as an active member of the chapter, right, extends to your family and friends who would like to participate in the convention. That is the power that our members have. So in that case, you will come in to register as yourself, right? Here to register for the convention. And now let's use an email. Let's assume that this is your email and it is the email that you...
And it's active.
It's active. It's been added to the DC chapter. So it will open up, okay?
And it will allow you to register.
It will allow you to register. Now here, you have been... You've been paying, you'll be coming to the convention, so your access information is this. That is, going with your specific example.
Example, yes.
Then in that case, now we just take blank, right? This is always going to be required that you to store that information because people change phone numbers and things like that. So it's always going to have you update that information every time you come in.
Okay.
Let's just imagine that you don't need any discount code because I know that you are a sustaining member. So you don't need any. Yes, you do.
Assuming I'm not a sustaining member.
Let's come to that in a moment.
Yes. So I'm not a sustaining member and I don't have a discount code. Let's go on.
Okay.
Or maybe I have a discount code because I have paid for my annual registration. So I have put in my registration code here.
Okay. So let's take a step and make sure that it is as simple as possible for this. You are a regular member, you paid, and you are just coming here now to register because you and I are going to talk about sustaining members in a moment so that we
don't get it confusing. Yes.
Okay. So now, if your information is already here and you already paid in the system, so we simply just click continue. And then
attendee information.
Don't worry about this annotation, just say blank. As you will be providing your traditional title when it is asked.
Time for it.
You can put Dr. Mr. if you like. So let's imagine that this name here is Jill's information and this is our email. So what is going to show up here is the level of... This is my information. So you see, I'm a diamond sustaining VIP. So that's why this is what is showing up here, right? But
there's a delegate registration for 2020 at the very top.
Yeah, let me go back and use one that will have regular member showing. I have an account to do that. So that we need to go with the regular member.
Regular membership, please.
Using that with sustaining.
Yes.
Right. So folks, bear with us. We want to make sure you get this information right. So let's take a situation of a regular member who's paying $50 annually and has family coming to visit. So I'm going to use this account. It will open up here. You'll complete this information here. Use my email address quickly here and my phone number. I will click continue. I will leave blank. And then switch it back to my email that I used. And in that case, you see, it is providing me with a regular, convention payment, which is $200. And very emphatic. I think, Joe, you may not have mentioned stress on this, but think about $200 for the entire weekend.
For the entire weekend, it's powerful. It's very powerful. I think that we provide so much for ourselves, and this is an opportunity to celebrate ourselves. So I think that at $200 for everything that we enjoy at our convention, we got a deal and a steal.
Absolutely. And that is coming to members. This is the of membership. But it is
Absolutely.
by the union for its members. So you,
Members, exactly.
and then want to come and enjoy this when you're not a member. So you then take this, right? Pick this one, and then now it gives you the
your traditional title if you have one.
Yes, and so just pretending, and then now this chapter affiliation will show up, and I know it's a kind of a duplication. Okay, want to say that some people already they had access to this system, and I cannot take this up. But the next year we will not have this again because already been in your chapter, and we will not have to do. Let's just go back. This is just to make sure this, and I'm going to pick DC because that's what we're working with, right?
Okay.
DC. I have to waive the liability here. You have to click yes. If you want to donate to BFU at that time, of course, we'll accept registration, and you can put the amount here, right? It's a bit of a duplicate, so I have to take one of these out. So then it's going to show you how you can add a minor to the registration there. So you move right along, and then you get here, and then it's going to say
add attendees.
And attendee to this, right? Then you click on that. Okay. Then you pick the salutation or the salutation of that attendee. Just and so
their name.
So it's blank first name is blank. Okay, let's take John Smith. Let's take Wilbert New Silver. All right.
Okay. WB@gmail.com to make it easy.
Okay, so WN for Wilbert.
Yeah.
Okay, so and you can provide their email.
Of course.
They get the confirmation that you registered them for
registered them for the convention.
All right. Okay, and so then you.
So this is if you're adding your minor.
If it is your minor, then you provide your own email.
Correct. Okay.
And if it is your grandma or somebody living in your house, then you provide
their email.
You provide your own email. All right.
So scroll down a little bit more to see. Okay, this is where we add the adult.
Yeah. So you see, you have the adult here. All right.
And for adult packaging, like we said, it'll be an additional 175, which is a discounted rate.
Yes.
Correct.
It is coming from
under the membership. Very good.
Right. So if you were to click this one, right? So it's gonna add 175, right? And based on what you click, if you have a team and you click, it's gonna of course do that, right? But you add at the time, one at a time, right? You see.
Yes.
So this is how you add your. Let me just do the adult to somebody who's coming from Germany, like you said, and you can add as you like.
You always have to waive the liability.
Yes, waive the liability. Okay, that you will be paying for
an additional fee.
Yeah. So, but if you go back here and take the team, okay, then you see this changes. That's why it lets you pick just one. Because the amount down here.
Correct. Okay.
So you have teenagers at home.
So it is important to remember that when you're doing add-ons, be they for elderly parents, be they for children, it is imperative to add them on under your name one at a time because the prices will change based on this information you provide. And if you're adding a teenager or an elderly parent or a member of a family household that is living in your household, the email address you would provide would be your own because they're coming under you.
And they will get their own badges as well. So please
they'll get their badges.
Use that privilege. You are a member.
BFU-USA,
and it comes with privileges.
Yes.
that are
Yes.
only for BFU-USA member active in their
Correct. Correct.
Now, if you do have an elderly person, there is, because through your
The code,
you will be getting a code
and
available
as well as students.
only members of BFU-USA. So yes,
As well as for students.
family, when they're coming out of town, they will. This is where you will complete the information in here, one at a time, right? And it will bundle everything up for you before you can, if you had a teenager, of course, then you want to register them for the minor youth program, then you can click here and then register them. Right.
Another question, Tung, that I have. I know historically, and we're moving away from that and just changing it up a little bit. And what I'm about to say is something that is well thought out, especially to make sure that our members have the opportunity to participate in and be present and have and be, participate in their own convention that they're members of, right?
Yes.
So I know that we sometimes have international guests that come, and we're changing that a little bit this year, moving forward. And so I'm let's say I'm coming from, for instance, Canada. And I am not affiliated to any member or any chapter of BFU, and I want to attend the convention. What do I do?
Now, great question. Just like we do with members who are not living in states where there are chapters, we are requiring that you choose a chapter that is either, whether if you're at the East, right? You can choose any chapter in mainland US that you like, right? You're probably watching videos. There's something that is you want to come to this convention, the junk of New Jersey, right? That is getting you to come
to the convention, yeah.
Of Georgia, that is what that has really moved you, that you feel like you have to come. Is it Denton of Minnesota? What is it that is driving your willingness to really come? Is it the Samba of DC? Like, what's driving you? There's always something, okay, that tops it all for somebody, So pick a chapter, and if you don't, you can also go to our Facebook and watch if you are forgetting. Then pick a chapter, okay, and reach out. What we want to do is build an extended family.
Correct.
If we have in Minnesota chapter, we have members that are in Seattle, okay. Distance, right? We are closer to people in Canada, at least than to those members.
Yes, absolutely.
So you pick a chapter and you get affiliation through that. So you start participating in that chapter virtually, right? We will not be trying to say, oh, you did not participate with them last year, but this is a way to start that. All right.
Got it.
Now get
very good
through that chapter so that you truly belong. Feel and that feel when that chapter is coming into present, you are part of it.
Absolutely.
You see from being a spectator.
Yeah. So that was very great. So I think that what we've been able to showcase here is great, and it's a lot of information to assimilate. And I would not be surprised if I think it would be great if we could maybe do like a little demo step-by-step thing if time avails us. But members are encouraged to reach out if they have any questions about registration and how to go about it. But I think this video is very, very self-explanatory and very straightforward. If you follow the steps as they ask, you shouldn't have any problems with registration. So the main thing is to ensure that your chapter presidents have your email addresses so that you can be able to register to the convention. If, for example, you're in good standing and don't have your email address in our system, it will definitely prompt you to register with a different link to be able to put in all your information that is required for the convention. If you want to register for the convention and are not affiliated to a chapter or have been a ghost member, I don't like using the word ghost member. I'm just going to say latent member. Because we know life happens. This
You
is
can go with
America.
ghosts if they have intentionally been ghosting. So
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true.
because some
I'm
people
trying to
have
be
actually been
diplomatic
doing
here.
that. We have
True,
some chapter
true.
presidents that have reached out repeatedly, and some people are really, really very obnoxious when it comes to their responses.
Yes, yes,
They
yes.
feel like they can just come to the website, register, and go enjoy their convention, despite the outreach that many chapter presidents, their executive, not
Our
all,
executives are doing, yeah.
but their leadership has been trying to do to get them to be part of it, right?
Correct.
So this is a
So-
wake-up call.
So I think any ghost members, or if you're not an affiliation to any
Yes.
chapter, and you put in an email address to register for the convention, it will refer you back to a chapter president. And until that chapter president sends us an okay, a thumbs up, a confirmation to our team, then we will add you on to that chapter and you would be able to register for the convention. Otherwise, I'm sorry, you would not be able to at that point. If you have any people that are coming under you, any visitors that you would like to be a part of the convention, please register them under you, adults and children alike. I want to plead with us to please ensure to register our children in the kids program. It is imperative that our children are registered appropriately so that they have badges and we can plan for food and other activities for them. Without getting accurate numbers and without having our children appropriately registered, we run into a problem where we don't have the available facilities for the number of children, and we don't plan accordingly for how to feed them and the activities that are planned, because they will be based on the number of kids we have. It's a lot of steps. It's an extra step. Please take the time out to do that. If you have adults that are registering under you or coming to as add-ons under you, it is an additional fee. If there are any international people, indigents that would love to attend our convention from this convention in New Jersey moving forward, please reach out to any of the chapters and affiliate yourself to one of the chapters and then register, get registered under that chapter, be affiliated to that chapter to be able to register for the convention. If also you're a senior citizen, 65 or older, please tell your president so that they will send the list to me, and we will provide a unique code that would be just for you, a one-time unique code that you would be able to apply to your convention registration for your discount. If you're a student or you're the parent of a student, please provide the information to the chapter president, and he or she will provide that information to me, and I will apply a unique code for each student that is provided to me, a one-time unique code for each student, and that way their discount will also be applied when you do your registration.
Well said. I love it.
Thank you.
One thing that we may want to touch on very briefly, just so that we keep this relatively, I know it is long for a reason. It's long because it is it's very important information that needs to be up there. Is the Sustainer program.
Yeah.
Yes. We celebrate our sustaining members. In fact, we are so proud of them, and we cannot but say thank you for taking that extra step to ensure that the union can count on you. Fiscal budgeting and everything that we are doing. While it is great for somebody to show up on the convention and then throw around $1,000, $2,000. It feels like windfall, and we cannot budget on that. So for anyone who is sustaining us at any level is huge. And so our Chief Operation Officer, Joe, right here, will be reaching out to you to get quotes, right? Joe, can you talk a little bit about that, please?
Sure, definitely. So our sustainer members, our sustaining program, let me put it that way, it's a program that is designed to help sustain our union. So just like with any organization, we need funds to run. We can not only rely on our annual registration, right? That cannot avail us the funds to be able to subsidize our conventions, provide funds or assistance to the chapters wherever they're needed to carry out projects in the name of BFU-USA. So it is imperative that we have some sort of a steady income coming in to help keep the engine well-oiled and running. So we have the silver membership, we have the gold membership. Well, I'm sorry, Tom, did I say something outside of what we have?
I'm just going to pull up the different levels here, just so
okay, yes, please.
Going down.
So that, So we have I'm going to just read off from here, the Platinum Sustainer membership, which is $75 per person, per month, I'm sorry, $75 a month. And this, where if you are a Platinum Sustaining member, you're entitled to registration for 2 adults. So ideally right now with the regular membership for 2 adults is $200 per person. So you do see that as a sustaining member, you do get the privilege to have 2 members registered, 2 adults registered without having to pay that registration fee. And then you also have, you have the status. You will be recognized at the convention, and it's a great option for those, like we said, to prefer. You have the option to do automatic payments, and once a month. It's not really as painful as if you decide to do it one time in 1 year, which becomes very, very heavy on the individual. It looks very burdensome, but once you split it out, it becomes a little bit less heavy, or it's not as burdensome. And you also have the Diamond Sustainer program, as well as the Gold and the Silver and the President's Club, of course. I'm going to talk about the President's Club. The President's Club is a sustainer program where you pay $200 a month for the entire year. And to be able to qualify for the whatever sustainer status that you're at and enjoy the benefits of that sustainer status, I'm going to talk, for instance, for this convention of 2023 in New Jersey. In order to enjoy the benefits of a sustainer program, of your sustainer membership, you must have been a sustainer member from January 2022 up until at least December 2022. So for the entire year of 2022, you must have been a sustainer member in good standing to be able to enjoy the benefits of your sustainer membership in 2023. Now, let's say you signed up for sustainer membership in 2023. You would be able to reap the benefits of your sustainer membership come convention July 2024. That's when you would be able to reap the benefits of your sustainer membership. So I just wanted to clear that out there, that it is a good program, one, to save money, because the convention can become very, very taxing, especially if you have to add on a lot of adults that are coming under you. The sustainer membership is a good way to save money on that, as well as your children. It's a good way to save money. It's also a good way to, help keep the engine of the union running. Because this is for us, by us, and for us,
Yes.
So that's all I can say about sustainer membership. So to benefit for 2023 Sustainer memberships, Sustainer programs, to benefit for under your Sustainer membership, you would have to have been a Sustainer member for the entire year of 2022 and been active and up to date on your status as of December 2022. To enjoy the benefits of your Sustainer membership for 2024, you would have to have been active and up to date on your membership from January 2023 until December 2023.
Well said. Well said. And so
Thank you.
if you are out there and you have truly, or you think you've been paying as a sustainer, you're not too sure whatever CEO is going to be reaching out to you, right? You're reaching out
Correct.
to
I'll be reaching out to all
updates.
Yes. I'll be reaching out to the Sustainer members of the different Sustainer programs to kind of give you an update as to what the system says, where you lie in the spectrum, and just to give you an opportunity to recommit to that, because I can understand how it's a little bit of I don't know what I'm going to do this one today. I don't know if I should, but I think it's an opportunity for us to do something in anticipation for our convention, right? In anticipation for having a good time. And the recognition too that we give to our Sustainer members is worth it, and it's heartwarming because the union recognizes that you actually do contribute to the running of the union for the entire year, and that is priceless. We appreciate that, and we hold that close to our hearts dearly, as opposed to someone, not that we don't encourage it, but we accept and we acknowledge that, and we appreciate the yearly commitment to the union.
All right.
The monthly commitment to the union, I'm sorry.
Fantastic. Let's do one walkthrough that highlights just a little bit of the Sustainer program and some keys for you to expect. Let's say my account here, as part of the demo here, just those who are not sustainers, but who would see themselves as VIPs and would like to enjoy privileges that our sustainers enjoy. Now, for the Sustainer program, once Joe is able to verify that you good standing,
I will be providing a one-time leap Sustainer code for you to use for your registration for you and your family.
Yes, and it will be based on your package, right?
Correct.
It will be based, if you are a gold sustainer, the code will be tied to that package, and it's a one-time code. So that when you move forward,
you need to enter a cell phone number.
You see what I was talking about, right? Cell phone numbers have to the system always asks you to update that. That happened as part of this process, so people know, hey, if you see an error message, just go back and check. You might not have
done something.
All right, so let's do that and then update.
Continue.
Yeah, continue. If I had a code, I would just put in here, but we'll just leave that blank for now. Then whatever. Now, if you choose, if you started being a sustainer this year, you are going to see that here. If you were a sustainer last year, you will see that here. You see, I became a sustainer this year, so I'm seeing that here, but I am not going to benefit from that. Let's be very clear. I will not be benefiting from the privileges that come to those who did that annually. So I can choose to pay all of this at once, or what I would likely do would be to just register for my convention.
Okay.
Right? Now, one point I wanted to stress here is, let's say you come here and you're a regular member, because you will also still see some packages. You are going to see.
Tung, before you go, let's do the sustainer while we are there. So I would click, if you are a sustainer member, let's say you're a diamond sustainer, I would click on the $1,200 package that is on there, and with the discount code that you would be given, you would provide that at the beginning under the discount code. And when you pick this out, it will void out whatever it is, because it would have calculated that you had paid $100 every month for the entire year of 2022, which sums up to $1,200, which is what is here. So it gives you the discount code for that. Now, if you have any more adults outside of what is listed on here, then you would be responsible for paying that balance.
Perfect. Absolutely. Now, then you go out and pick this information all the way through to the end. Close it out.
Yes.
Right? So let's just, and then for the sake of, again, providing more information, let's imagine that you came in, you're like, no, I want to have my table reserved, I want to enjoy the privilege, and you even choose to buy a platinum package of $2,000, and you choose to buy. Please know that even though you bought this, priority is given to our sustainers. We have just limited numbers available, and we reserve the right to refund if the space reserved for VIP runs out, because the priority is our sustainers. I'm emphasizing so that you should not sit and wait that maybe I will just come and pay. This will not be available next year, because we will have had enough sustainers such that we will not ticket from here, right?
Absolutely.
After the good job that you has done in sharing how much our sustainers enjoy, please just become a sustainer, so that you know that you are already, first of all, building and adding fuel to that engine that is being used, and at the same time reserving your VIP privileges for the next year. When the convention comes, you simply get your code. You know your table for Friday and for Saturday is reserved, no matter the number of people that are coming to the convention. You know that.
Correct.
And so, folks, I think we touched on, have we missed out on any other aspect of the registration?
No, I think we've talked about that. I think we've touched everything. We have to.
Yeah. So, folks, when this video, when it goes live, we are going to reserve some time to do a kind of town hall in which, or you can just send us questions. As you are seeing this, send in
questions. We encourage
so that we are
you
going to come on live and
with the
answer those questions. Don't wait, just send us questions. Some of you are going to start registering and encountering problems, but just send us questions and we will make sure that we walk through all of this to ensure that you, our members, are prioritized. That is what this is about, you, our awesome members. Now, the last thing I want to say here is the timing of the registration process.
So ideally, I know in the past we've always had registration, go on for months and months. We live in a society where we are part of the society, and sometimes we have to do things in accordance with how things are being done, right? And judging by the fact that we put out a link for room registrations and they were gone within days, we have the capability to be able to register for the convention as quickly as possible. So I think, Tung, we came up with a convention registration deadline we gave a 2-week window for us to be able to register for the convention. That 2-week window would allow for us to answer questions, be there if you need anything, and provide whatever assistance is needed during that time frame. for registration.
Well said. So convention officially closes at the end of this month, April 30.
Yes.
Folks, this is so important because there are some of our members who don't even hotel rooms. And then with people who are affiliates or latent or
ghosts.
Oh, ghosts. Occupying, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen here. Occupying hotel rooms, folks. When this link comes to you, and it's not going to be publicly available on the BFU-USA website. It's going to be shared to chapter presidents to send out to their
chapter members. And please, we ask that you don't share the registration link to non-BFU members or the members that are coming as guests, because like we said, the priority right now is to our BFU-USA members.
Absolutely.
Only.
It will just frustrate them because there will be the requirement for them to email. They will put it in email. It will not work. So please ensure that this is for members, truly. The reason we're emphasizing this and asking that you respond as quickly as possible is so that we can then go back to the hotel, right?
And request for
additional rooms. Folks, if you have a room in the hotel and you are a non-member, okay, you are one of those. It's going to work the same as if you got that hotel room in Las Vegas, right? To Las Vegas, there are conventions happening throughout the convention centers. Okay, the only thing that allows you entry into any of the convention centers, no matter any of the casinos you go to, any of the huge casinos you go to, is your membership, is your badge. It doesn't matter that you have a room or that you even use our code that was made for members and you got a room. Allows you to be at that hotel. It doesn't allow you to get into the convention center. There is something you're working on with when it comes to security with the New Jersey chapter. Can you talk a little bit about that, June? What that is going to
Sure, definitely. So we will have security at the convention. That security will be non-members, very, very third party, straight face. Will definitely ensure that your badge is your identity for the convention. Without your badge, there is no entry for lunch or for dinner or for any of the activities. So you have to ensure that you jealously keep your badges. I'm not sure we'll be able to reprint badges while we are there. So please, please, please protect your badges. Protect your badges. Anybody that is coming with you, under you, every single person down to the 6-month-old baby will have a badge.
Well said. Now, for those who are ghosting in the hotel, you can be in the parking lot and chat with the BFU-USA members who are attending the convention. But access to the convention center, to the hotel convention center, will not be provided.
Be allowed.
You,
yes.
Right, based on just because you are staying in the hotel. So what will then?
And when I talk about activities, right, I'm talking about lunch, breakfast.
Yes.
I'm talking about breakfast. I'm talking about lunch. I am definitely talking about our different activities that we will have throughout the day on Friday, our cultural activities on Friday evening, our Saturday meetings, however meetings we'll have, and then our evening gala on Saturday, and definitely, just whatever we have going on. Even the Karashin room, right? Because that is for members. That is definitely for members. And so we will definitely, we'll ensure that we do what is best to prioritize our members. Because it takes a lot of time to belong, especially in this beautiful but busy country that we're in. And for someone or for people to belong to a union and are actively participative in, they deserve to have that weekend where it is just for them, to give them a pat on the back, to rest, to enjoy themselves, and to commune with each other. So I think that it's only fair to ask that of ourselves.
Excellent. So when this link goes out, whether you have a room or not, please make sure you have a room. Now, if you don't have a room, we will make sure you have a room by
Correct.
registration. Once you register, because you will be only registered because you are in good standing, we'll have data to make sure that you have a room.
Have a room available.
Either by canceling the room registration, room bookings that came in using our code and they are not members. Our union. Okay? Reserves the right to cancel those because we, BFU-USA, on that particular contract provides the benefit of a discounted hotel booking with
our members,
privileges, right, to our members. So if you under that particular, block, when you're not a member, you have to seek accommodation somewhere else.
Yes.
And if we need to increase the number based on our
registration,
then we will work with the hotel to make sure that we do that. Because we have a maximum number we are working with, right?
Absolutely.
That is our members. And we know maybe by the time our members finish registering, there will be no opening for even the tickets for
outside guests or anybody coming extra.
So please, what we are saying is register for your convention immediately.
Yes.
And we ensure you have the best ever. You feel prioritized. That membership counts.
Yes.
Those who are out there waiting to see whether they may come in for Friday or Saturday, what are they going to get? Only if there is room. What will they get?
Just entry to that particular event, and it'll be a one ticket only, and that would only be accessible from the time the event is starting. That's the only time you would have access to that event. So let's say, for example, if we had space for a guest or any additional guests for our cultural evening on Friday, you would pay your fee. There would be a separate link for you to pay to register online. Now, pre-registered, there is no acceptance of any registration whatsoever at the convention site. We're not doing that this year. There will be no availability for anybody to be able to accept any kind of money there. That's why it is important to register online. So anybody coming from the outside as a guest for, let's just say, the cultural evening, because that's very popular, you would only have access from the beginning of the cultural evening to the end. And after that, you do not have access to the convention center anymore.
So let's say this scenario, let's say I show up, I hear that our food is so good. And I hear talk that the food will start around 6 p.m. But the actual cultural evening is beginning, let's say it's 8 p.m. And I show up with my ticket for Friday. What will happen?
So there will be you will not be allowed, you will be sent away respectfully, because you will not be allowed to access until it is 8:00 p.m. before you will be allowed access to that area.
Excellent. So folks, you heard that, all right? You can smell the kati, right?
From outside. And like I said, please, it's imperative to register online. There shall be no registrations that will be accepted beyond our registration deadline. There shall be no registrations that will be accepted at New Jersey at the hotel. We're not making provisions for anybody to sit down with a QR code or with a Zelle or Cash App, or we're not receiving any cash whatsoever for registration for anything whatsoever at the convention. All registration will be pre-done prior to the event, so that we have accurate information and accounting to be able to run our convention successfully.
Well said. Well said. Now, for the gala, does the same thing apply to the gala?
The same thing applies to the gala.
All right, fantastic. So, folks, you heard it. First, the only way to avoid the headache of, oh my God, am I going to be allowed in or not? Member of the chapter, an active member of the chapter. And for those who have guests who are coming under them, by all means, please do your registration quickly, because we are going to be turning things off. Once maximum capacity, there will be no addition of guests.
Correct.
Because we have numbers we're working with, right, Ju? Right. So don't wait.
We have numbers. Don't wait till the last minute, please, because the information that we gather from registration will help us, one, lobby the hotel for more accommodation for our members, but also it gives us an idea, because we do have a capacity. Unfortunately, in America, we have a capacity for rooms and stuff like that. And what we do not want to happen is for, let's say, the local police to come, or the fire marshals to come and shut our event down because we're over capacity. That doesn't look good on us, and definitely doesn't also look good on the hotel that we will be staying at, which is a Marriott, and they're very keen about keeping their name, and it hurts our, ability to be able to do business with them in the future. So in order to maintain and make sure that we're within capacity, it is imperative that we register, and we will use those numbers to say, hey, we're not going to be above capacity, because if your room is taking 300, we only have 250 people, 250 adults, right? And we have 100 kids registered. So the kids can be safe in their kids' room, while the adults are safe in the adults' room, because they're not over capacity. So it is imperative, please, that we register our children as we're registering ourselves, so that we have the numbers accurately to be able to run the convention successfully without any hitches and any fear of closing down by the fire marshals.
Please, like you said, every delegate will have a badge, and access to the convention center will be by a third party. Our BFU New Jersey chapter is already working with a third party. Some of them we are exploring whether it should be the local constabulary with the police, whether they should be there. But typically, police, nobody wants to, the uniform.
Nobody wants to say it scares
some
people.
Of these security agents
cops
are the police that's their second job.
Off duty.
Yeah, they are off duty. They are working in those security areas, and they will be checking the badges. Okay, it will no longer be. Hey, somebody wait.
No, Jew is not going to be there. Tung is not going to be there. Antika is not going to be there at the gate. We're all going to be members showing up with our badges. We will be there to answer whatever logistic questions that you may have. But in terms of entry or access to the convention center, your badge and your registration is all that is going to be required to do that. And if you lose it, I'm sorry, I don't.
So
we'll have to figure out a contingency.
We'll figure that one out. That is why
in the
registering
meantime,
on time
is important. It is very important, because you will get your badge as you come in, and when you check into your hotel, the next table that you will be going through would be where you would be picking up your badges.
So, like you said, guard your badge jealously. Like I was using the example of Las Vegas. You go, you sign, you take in, that's your badge. You say, oh, I lost my badge. Like, what are you talking about? Right? So please, deadline is in 2 weeks.
Deadline is April 30th. I don't know why I wanted to say July 30th.
Get the names in. Let's make this happen. Let's do it, and we're going to do it well. One of the reasons at the level of the leadership we need this to happen quickly is because as many people have booked rooms, the hotel worried that we may go above capacity, and they also reserve the right to cancel our contract if we cannot provide evidence that we have truly instituted crowd control.
Correct.
idea of emphasizing on the registration is because we also need to respond
Provide
to the hotel,
to the hotel.
that truly our event is going to respect the letter of the contract that we signed with the hotel.
Right.
Please, we need your help with this because it is about you. That's why we do all of this. So
Right.
I think it's on that note too that we're gonna end this recording here.
Yes. Yes.
Share
Thank
it out.
you so much for everybody. I thank everybody for their patience with us
Yes.
while we're sorting all of this out. Please remember that the deadlines are not meant to be punitive, but the deadlines, we're working on deadlines because we have deadlines as well to respond to the hotel. It took us a little bit to make sure that we had our system up and running to be able to get us to a place where we were glitch free to do our registration. But thankfully, thank you, Ntung, for sharing and championing that. We've gotten there. Now let's get to work. This is where the real work starts. While we're all working, you're working as well. Please encourage each other to register as soon as you get the link. Register, register, register. And April
Absolutely.
30th will be our deadline.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for everything you're doing. And again, thank you all our amazing New Jersey chapter members for everything.
Yes.
We know that you are as excited as all of us here and everybody's.
I know.
So folks, stay tuned for more updates to come. This is just the beginning.
Correct.
All right. Folks,
All right.
to work. Up then, Mandra.
Abe Banga. Bye-bye.